All right, so I like this script, and so Navean and chat. It's been a while.
Legion?
Do we do a Legion game?
I want a Legion game.
Do you?
It's been a while.
It's been a very long while. Will they meta that though? You're like, fuck it, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. People are gonna meta what they meta. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Who cares?
It's not a Legion Poppy Grower game. That's too rude.
Fine.
That's too rude. What does chat think? I'm curious what chat thinks. No Legion,
well,
ooh, Legion.
Jessica and C. Richard, Ekin all definitely want Legion. Rope
does
not want Legion.
Legion with a lunatic. How does that work?
You wake all the Legion individually.
And tell them that the lunatic is there?
Yeah, and then of course you tell the lunatic just whoever you want.
Wait.
But also it's a poppy grower, so we could just tell the lunatic Legion nothing, because it's a poppy grower. This is the lunatic.
Oh, that's rude. So the problem is then I also want to throw in a magician. And then I also want to throw in like real townsfolk. I want to only do like 3 Legion and do like a real game. So
I think technically in a Legion magician script, you always have to wake Legion individually anyway.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want this to be a real Legion game or do we want this to be a fucky Legion game?
That's up to you.
CB, thank you for the 100 bits. We appreciate it. 7v5 Legion. See, CB thinks that they could just talk with their wallet and that's going to make everything work. Well, joke's on you. It usually does. Yeah, it usually does. I'm sorry. Trinks is already saying Minstrel Legion no. Okay, so Minstrel Legion is fucking hysterical. That is really funny.
No, I don't like it.
Okay, fine. 7v5.
It just means every other night you're not gonna get to kill anything.
Snake Charmer is horrendous here. There's a king on this script with no choir boy? That's fucking rude. I didn't even catch that at first. That's really rude.
That king's just gonna die.
Yeah. That's a non-townsfolk at that point. Empath is rude. Oracle good. Slayer in a minstrel game. We could theoretically build this around the Legion with an Amni. But Noble would be huge in a Legion game.
Yes, it would be.
Wow, Noble would be amazing in a Legion game. Each individual minion has a ability of a minion or a player might die.
Yeah, so C. Richard's comment was if there's a Legion game, you can have 2 or more deaths if there's a Shapaloth or a Poe on the same script,
yeah.
Or if you have like, a grandmother-grandchild pairing. Because yeah, each individual Legion, sorry, I typed minion, but I meant Legion there, has the ability of a player might die. So you could kill up to, N number of people at night, where N is the number of Legion in the game. But generally speaking, you don't.
Do I not put a magician in just to fuck with them?
That is up to you.
I think that's how I want to play it. Fortune Teller is going to learn pretty quickly. I really like this idea of a noble. I think a noble in a Legion game is so huge. And then
yes, so Golem in a Legion game, any merit, I think yes. If the Golem chooses somebody who is not Legion, then they are killing off one of the very few good players, because if they pick a Legion, nothing happens.
That's the
if they
definition
pick a Legion,
of an outsider.
yeah, if they pick a Legion, nothing happens, and then the Golem is suspicious, and they might get executed, and therefore is killing off one of the very few good players. So yeah, a Golem in a Legion game is absolutely an outsider.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a Poppy Grove in this game. To CB's point, I don't think it's gonna be that game. I think we're just gonna go with a good old-fashioned Legion game. To that end, though, the Lunatic doesn't have to learn Legion.
Nope, the Lunatic could learn anything else.
Lunatic Fangu could be fun.
We could make the Lunatic think that they're the leech.
And that they're poisoning someone.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, who's the last townsfolk? I feel like I almost have to lean on Amni at this point. I have to come up with a good Amni ability.
Let's see. There's no drunk on this script. There's a poisoner and a leech, and that's their only poisoning.
How am I going to have an evil Amni does it? I have to have a Mezephiles. We can't do that. There can't be any minions.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to make an evil Amnesiac here.
So we would need an Amni ability that works very well with what we're trying to do. And it would have to balance out the fact that the Noble is going to know one of the few good players in the game.
Rope's right, and Amni could technically make themselves evil.
Oh, Jesus. Rope? That's a fantastic idea, but we're not going to do that. This is not the game for that. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
We should do that at some point. Evil Amni is fun.
What if... What's a good ability for Legion? There's got to be something good that I'm missing here.
Maybe something to do with alignment-related things. CB suggestion, each night choose a player. If they're evil, you learn a good player. Or, more generically, yep, Rope just said what I was about to say, which is you learn a player of the opposite alignment. So if they choose an evil player, they're learning a good player. If they choose a good player, they learn an evil player.
Each night, choose a player. You learn a player of the opposite alignment. I do like that. Yeah, I don't want to give starting info. They need nightly info. Depending on who the Amnesiac is, I could do some really left field shit.
I like Art's suggestion. Each night choose a player. You learn how many of their living neighbors are your own alignment.
How many of their living neighbors are your alignment? I do like that. I think I actually like Rope's suggestion a little bit better in this particular game, just because they're gonna have to. Hey, Embryonic Hydra, thank you for the resub. I got there before the bells did. Oh yes. Bruce would be the Amni in this particular game. I don't want to give something too outrageous to Bruce, because I was gonna do some like wild shit. Hey, relax, cat. You're fine. Let's go. Yes, Madeline is the Lunatic, which is fantastic. Actually, let me indicate that. Oh god, I killed Madeline. Oh god, I killed Dakota.
We should also figure out who her fake minions are.
Yeah, we should do that.
And make them Legion, probably.
Anyway, I was trying to change her token to Lunatic for the purposes of putting a Lunatic token there so that everybody knows. Oh
I hear more cat meowing.
Oh my goodness, cat, you're fine. Relax. Relax. Oh my goodness. Everything is fine, guys. Everything is fine. Okay. You know, I'll go with this. I'll go with this funny little, I'm going to go with Rope's idea. So we're officially going to say, each night choose 2 players, learn how many are evil. Ooh. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I also like this idea of making Madeline think there's a poppy grower. Madeline's a smart player. Madeline can figure that out. Madeline's bluffs. So I'm going to put Madeline's bluffs as a separate thing. So Madeline's bluffs are going to be... Snake Charmer. No, she shouldn't fear that there's a Snake Charmer in play. Snake Charmer... Slayer... There was another nightly roll on this script that I don't remember. Undertaker. She could lean really heavily into the yeah. I think giving her Legion minions might be funnier. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it would be better to actually have her have minions, or think that it's a poppy grower game?
I mean, I'm the one who said to think giving her Legion minions would be funnier, so I'm for giving her minions, but I think it works fine either way.
Each night pick 3 players you learn if they're the same alignment. Oh, that's cute, actually. I like that, Fraser.
That's going to be real hard to get any helpful info, really, in a... Oh, never mind. If they're all the same alignment. Okay. Yeah. I was reading that wrong. I was thinking, like, your alignment.
Fraser, I'm going to go with that. Seal it, guys. Each night, pick 3 players. You learn if they're all the same alignment. Mark it down, cast it in stone. All right, so we now have... And I'll even give them the first night. We're not even going to do an asterisk. That's a first night, too. Actually, no. That should be a second night. Well, hang on. How do similar abilities work?
So similar abilities that are alignment detecting would be things like empath, vaguely fortune teller, and they are every night. So I would put this as an every night. Okay.
All right. Every night, no asterisk. Okay. Drinks is gonna see Kale, Skills, and Madeline. Madeline being the good.
Yeah, but Drinks needs to see 2 good players. So
oh, right.
Can't be Kale and Skills.
Sorry. Dakota Madeline.
Yeah, I think that works.
Because Amni's going to be more confirmable. Because then it becomes a 50-50 between Madeline and Kale.
I do wonder how Madeline is going to react when she finds out that she's in a noble ping as the quote-unquote demon.
Good point. Let's do Michael, Kale, Dakota.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. Oh god, that's right. Drinks is the noble. I forgot about that. How funny. How funny is that?
So what if we give Kale as one of Madeline's minions? I feel like Kale wouldn't necessarily go along with it, though.
Dak would.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, what I'm thinking is how interesting could it potentially be to give a minion that we're showing to Madeline as the noble ping?
Yeah. Let's do Dak as the noble ping, then. We'll do Dak as the noble ping and also the minion.
Okay, and I like the suggestion of Skills as well as a potential minion because I believe both of them will absolutely go along with it.
Fuck it, let's give 3, and there's a magician on the script.
Yeah, works for me.
And also, we're going to go to each of them individually because there's a magician on the script, so this is fine.
Yes, correct. So I will split the work with you. If you want to start from the top, I will do all of the players from the bottom and work my way up.
So basically, you're saying do Gwyn, Skills, Jackie?
Whoever's in the bottom cabins.
Oh, the bottom cabins.
Is what I'm saying, yeah. Once they go to sleep and we're giving out their info, I will start at the bottom cabins and work my way up, and you can start at the top and work your way down.
Rope, I'm right there with you. The other thing I should mention is that, why are we giving Dak rather than Empath, Fortune Teller, Librarian? So I like Empath, and I do like Fortune Teller, but I think they need non-starting info rolls. I feel like if we just gave Slayer, that should be fine.
Yeah, I like that. So these are for the Legion bluffs.
The real bluffs. The real bluffs. Yeah. Madeline's bluffs are going to be Snake Charmer, Undertaker, Slayer. So they're going to have one that crosses over. I'm actually going to give Madeline real abilities that are not actually in play to help facilitate. Basically, I'm ramping up the difficulty level to like 7 for Madeline, or maybe like an 8, because Madeline's a very experienced player, and I feel like she'll be able to figure out that she's a minion or a lunatic really fast if we don't.
I kind of like that Slayer crosses over because it'll also mean that some Legion might think that Madeline is also Legion if she gives Slayer.
Right. What do you mean a 7? A 7?
Like the difficulty
my
level that
difficulty
you ramped
level,
it up
to.
Yeah.
We'll call it an 8. What was the in Princess Bride? Not to 50. We're not doing it to 50. All right, so I think we're okay. I can go to Bruce later. We got Jinxes thing. I have to go to each of them individually, so yeah, I think we're good. All right, this should be a game.
Yep.
All right, let's go to... I don't even remember what I gave these guys because it was so long ago. Oh, Little Sebastian. All right, let's go back to town.
Or does anybody else put Scarlet Woman as SC?
No, because SC is Snake Charmer.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Sometimes I put SC.
Hello, all. Everybody should be in their seats. It looks like everybody is. I am going to mention. I'm gonna put your Jin in play just because I need to. I'll take it off later. You have your 5 Jinxes in here. There's 2 that we don't really have come up very often. Well, 3. I'll go over the 3 on the left. The 2 on the other ones, we played with Lil Monster enough, you know those. Lil Monster Magician we don't often do very quickly or very much, but it basically means that if there is a Lil Monster in play, there can't be a Magician, and vice versa. They don't play in the same game together. Leech and Slayer, I don't think we've ever had this one come up before, but if the Slayer slays the Leech's host, the host dies. So, normally the Slayer can only kill the demon, but in this case they kill the host. Obviously if they target the Leech, nothing's going to happen because the Leech can't die. And finally the Fangu and Scarlet Woman. If the Fangu chooses an outsider and dies, the Scarlet Woman does not become the Fangu. So basically you can't have 2 Fangus running around from a Fangu jump. It doesn't work that way. That's basically everything. Do you guys have any questions for me?
What's the
We'll have questions.
special rule?
That I just went over them.
Oh.
So
Right,
that if a Jin's
Scarlet Woman later picks up for a Fangu that's already jumped, correct?
yeah, so if a Fangu jumps and then is executed or dies for whatever reason, the Scarlet Woman would then pick them up. Yes.
So at one point
if the
they
Fangu
can
dies by killing an outsider, nothing happens.
Yes.
I have a rules question.
Yes.
Does the Fangu ability reset due to the Scarlet Woman jump though?
No.
Yes. Go ahead, Navean.
So the Fangu jump is a global token that gets placed as soon as a single jump happens. So it does not matter if the Fangu goes out of play or back into play via things like a pit hag or barber swapping or whatever. It is because it is a global token that just stays there after a jump has happened. It does not happen again. So it's not reset.
It's a good question. All right. I'm going to send everybody to cabins, but first, Bye, Lil
Wait,
Sebastian.
But a Scarlet Woman catch could Fangu jump if they haven't Fangu jumped previously.
Correct. If they have not jumped yet, then a Scarlet Woman catched Fangu can still jump.
Just one Fangu per game. Or
One Fangu jump per game, correct.
Yeah.
At max, there can be 3 Fangus in one game.
technically true.
Yes. Alright, so bye, Lil Sebastian. For those of you who have watched Parks and Rec, you'll understand this reference. While a fictional tiny horse in Parks and Rec, Lil Sebastian is actually marijuana in the real world. There is no actual Kentucky Derby winning horse named after Lil Sebastian. Your next one to consider while we go tonight and send everybody to cabins is
Weed.
Coax Me Chad. Yep. Coax Me Chad.
I wonder whose token that is. Drinks.
Everybody
if
go to
you'll
sleep.
see it, the seat is not blue.
Okay. We're going to send out some rolls. This is going to be a tough one. Hey, look. You ended up in Kale's cabin.
I did. I jumped into your cabin, and then suddenly it was Kale's cabin, and I don't know what happened.
I don't either. All right, we're going to send out things. I'm assuming then the 3 people that you're going to be going to are going to be Resnora, Gwyn, and Kale, and I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
All right, let me send these out. Send the characters, damn it. Send the characters. There it is. All right, characters have been sent. We're changing Madeline back to the Lunatic. And we'll just leave her as the leech. We know it's a Lunatic. Oh, they're going to learn who the leech targets.
Yes, they are. So
boy.
we should actually go to Madeline first, get that info, and then I will be able to tell all of the
Minions.
legions that I'm
Or
talking
Legion, yeah. Okay. Let's do... We're going to have to burn a little bit of time. Jackhawk, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. We have to burn a little bit of time. Let's go to... No, let's not go to drinks because Madeline could... Oh, it doesn't matter. I could go to drinks now because we have to burn a little bit of time to make Madeline think that we're going to her minions.
Well, we also have to burn a little bit of time for drinks to make it seem like there could potentially be a poisoner, right? So
Yeah,
we should just burn the time here.
good point. If Michael noms Madeline's, that also kills Madeline's. That also kills Madeline too. No, it does not. Oh, it does kill Madeline because Madeline is not
an actual demon, correct?
Yeah. It's so hard for good to win in a Legion game. You'd be surprised. Next Amni ability should trigger on subs. Oh, trigger on people subbing to the channel. I like that. They would never know. A lot of time. All right, so let's. All right, I think that was enough time. I'm gonna go to Madeline. We're gonna find out who they. Yeah, let's actually both go to Madeline.
Yeah, we can both go to Madeline.
Okay. Hello.
Hola.
So your minions are Dak,
Uh-huh.
Gwyn,
Oh no.
and Skills.
Well, shit.
Your bluffs are Snake Charmer,
Oh no.
Slayer,
Very cool.
and Undertaker. Yes, you don't have to worry about a Snake Charmer.
Okay.
Okay, and then lastly, I am going to ask for you to choose a player.
Okay, so I do not have a lunatic, correct?
You do not have a Lunatic.
I will choose Kale.
I'll choose Kale. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, so basically, you're going to handle the 3 at the bottom, including Kale, and let them know that Kale was targeted by the Lunatic.
Yep.
All right, I'll take care of the others. Thank you.
All right.
Hello.
Oh.
I would like to let you know who your fellow Legion are.
The most legions of Legion.
I think it might actually be easier to tell you that the people who are not Legion.
Okay.
The people who are not Legion are Drinks, Michael,
Okay, yep.
Drinks, Michael, Madeline,
Yep.
Bruce, and Dakota. So you have a nice
Okay.
little arc there. I also am here to let you know that you do have a Lunatic. The Lunatic is Madeline.
Okay.
And night 1, your Lunatic has chosen to attack Kale.
Okay.
And there you go. That's what I got for
So
you.
it was Drinks, Madeline, Bruce, Dakota, Michael. Those are the
Correct.
players?
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
I'm here to let you know who your... I'm going to just tell you who is not Legion.
Okay, that's fair.
It is Michael,
Okay.
and then the arc of Madeline through Drinks. So Madeline, Bruce, Dakota, and Drinks are not Legion.
Gotcha.
You are also aware of the fact that Madeline is your Lunatic, and Madeline has, on the first night, chosen Kale.
Okay.
And that's what I got for you.
Thank you.
Yep. Hello, Jackie.
Hello.
I am here to let you know about your Legion. Your Legion is... I'm going to just tell you who's not Legion.
Okay.
So, Michael is not Legion. And then the arc of Madeline through Drinks. So, Madeline, Bruce, Dakota, and Drinks are all not Legion.
Okay.
You also are aware of the fact that you have a Lunatic, and that is Madeline. And your Lunatic, night 1, has chosen to attack Kale. Or has targeted Kale, I should say. Sound good?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hello, Dak.
Hello.
I am here to tell you about your Legion. So, I will tell you the players that are not Legion.
Okay.
I will give you Michael,
1 second here. Okay. Michael.
and then
Alright.
the arc from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock on the clock face, which is Madeline, Bruce, Dakota, and Drinks. None of them are Legion.
Okay. By the way, I want to thank you so very much.
For having a Legion game where you're a Legion?
Well, this is my first Legion game ever.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes. I'm so excited.
I can also give you some even more fun news.
Okay.
Madeline is your Lunatic.
Madeline is the Lunatic. Yay.
And you also know that Madeline, on the first night, has targeted Kale.
Has targeted Kale. Okay.
And that's what I got for you.
Alright. No bluffs. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Oh my god, I didn't do the bluffs for anybody. Your bluffs are Empath, Fortune Teller, and Slayer.
Empath, Fortune Teller. Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
you.
I just realized I never gave you the bluffs.
I was wondering.
Empath, Fortune Teller, and Slayer.
Right.
Thank you very much. I just realized I never gave you the bluffs.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Empath, Fortune Teller, and Slayer. I just realized I never gave you the bluffs.
Oh, yeah.
Your bluffs are Empath, Fortune Teller, and Slayer.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yep. Okay, let's go to that person. How excited are you?
This is the best character. I'm going to show you a new revolution of a character.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so your people that you see are Dak, Michael,
Michael, there you go. Okay.
and Dakota.
Okay. I was hoping I wouldn't get scammed and you jump myself. So that's good. Did not happen.
I'm not that big. You know, I probably would be to other people, but because I know this is your favorite character, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I can't wait to...
Hello, Bruce.
Hello.
I would like to ask you to please choose 3 players.
Choose 3 players.
Yes.
Well, I think the smart move is to choose Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie.
Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie. Why those 3?
Because I'm incredibly suspicious of them, and also I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, that is true. You are an amnesiac. You choose Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie, and I give you a yes.
A yes.
A yes.
Ooh, I can't wait to figure out what that means.
Have fun with it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good hit. I think that's gonna be kind of important. Oh, hey, look, Kev and reigning MVP Lynn is in the chat. Sadly, Lynn, you're not gonna be able to keep the crown this week. It's not gonna happen. First game was wild. I highly recommend going back and watching it. How are you feeling? How did Legion take it?
I think they took it pretty well. Everybody seems to have an understanding. Kale, of course, immediately found out that he got chosen and was like, that means leech.
Correct.
I mean, it is fairly obvious. There's only one demon on the script that chooses on night 1.
Correct.
There's another edge case where like you would have to have a lunatic think that they're holding the little monster token and make them think that they're like the poisoner and holding the token, but they're actually not. But that is an incredibly weird edge case that is quite frankly brain melting.
Yeah. I fucked up at first. I didn't give the bluffs to the people that are Legion. I had to go back and do the bluffs secondly.
Oh yeah, as long as they get them.
They got them. All right, I think we're good to go. I am very curious to see how this one plays out. Drinks is stoked at being the noble, so he said it's going to be a revelation. And we'll find out what kind of revelation it is. All right, let's head back to town. All right. Almost everybody's back. Let's find out about Coax Me Chad. Coax Me Chad is indeed a horse.
Nice.
Of course.
It's a horse, of course. Your next one is gonna be Headman. Headman. Also of importance, Navean and I are dead again. Whatever kind of antics it is that we're getting into, well, it just keeps on killing us, and we're not quite sure why. I don't have to announce Leviathan, which is nice, because I fucked it up the first game, so it's fine. And I'm going to do noms in 10 minutes.
What we're saying is that...
I called it on Demeta.
Alshon, let's go chat.
I also call
hey, Gwyn, you want to talk?
Someone wanted to talk to me?
Yes.
Yes. I would like to talk to you.
I would also like to talk to you at some point.
Yeah,
Well,
I would also
Same
like to
here.
talk
I
to
would
you.
also like to
Would
talk
we?
to you.
Oh Jesus. Okay. You guys figure it out. I'm going down
Okay.
to Toad's place. Hello, Dibs Jr. You stepped up and took it.
Yes, well, I have dibs.
Yeah.
So, question.
Yeah.
Who does the lunatic see? Like, does the lunatic get told minions, or does it get told, like, random people? Like, how does that work?
The
Is it
lunatic.
automatically...
I am allowed to lie to the lunatic in that capacity, so I can lie to them about what character they are as long as it's a demon. I'm allowed to give them false bluffs. I'm allowed to give them false minions.
Okay, so the minions could be townspeople, or they could all be Legion, but it's your discretion.
You won't know. Yeah, it's my discretion.
But yeah, okay, all right. That's all I wanted to know. All right, thank you.
No problem. Hello, Bruce.
Well, hello.
Hello.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Does my ability have anything to do with alignment?
Hot.
Ah, okay. Very cool. Thank you.
Yep. Well, fuck, that was easy.
Hey, Tomato.
Hello, Dakota.
Can I have this is me getting amnesiac ability, blah 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 blah. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. This is fun. I should just sit here and let people come to me. I guess nobody else wants to talk to me. I had to say something.
You. Let's see here. Magician, empath, or noble.
Alright. Magic, noble.
I was the popular person at the dance.
Empath.
Everybody wanted to dance with me. I'm a fantastic
I have
dancer.
noble, the king, and empath.
Noble, king, and empath.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got you in my grant.
I don't think it's that bad, Fraser.
Alrighty.
All right, thank you.
Maybe? I mean,
I
pretty cool.
All right. Well, let's maybe ask that next. Yeah. All right.
Can you nominate one of those three people and say Amnesiac Ping and see what they say?
The one person, so I would not have to do that as
Right. Right. So,
Look at the power of magician.
making a note for myself so I know what you're claiming, but also not claiming to me at the moment. So I'll never check my grim. I am going with Slayer, Minstrel, or Acrobat.
Excellent. All right, that works.
Or like most loud about wanting to be converted. I would probably want to keep that a little bit low key. But anyway, how do we want to trade claims? 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3.
I can do 3 for 3.
Maybe
All
we
right,
did
I'm
make
either
it
the
too
empath,
easy,
the
Navean.
Slayer, or the minstrel.
Okay, let me
And I'm not
get
talking
your
about the
spot
amnesiac
here.
ability, I'm talking about the lunatic.
Empath. Minstrel, and what was the third?
Slayer.
Slayer. Okay, I will tell you. I'm either the amnesiac.
Hello.
Hello.
We're gonna crack out the old amnesiac bluff and do something absurd again.
All right.
This is gonna be a night info, so it's gonna be a little bit less shenaniganery.
Okay.
I'm
What if I gave
probably
you a
gonna
daytime ability?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I can think of a daytime ability. That one might be fun.
Could be fun, right?
Yeah, I can make it like a juggler ability, and then I just learn. I could just pick players and learn how many. Something along the. I want to think of something like, learn the character type least common in the players you picked, but is present, roughly, right? So if I picked 1 minion and 3 townsfolk, I would learn minion, and then if I picked all legion or something, then I learn demon or minion.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it'd be different if there was a legion game. Okay, I like that. I might actually use that in the future.
Ah. I have a fun one for you while you're here.
Okay.
Don't actually. I mean, you can't use this. This is more on the like BMR absurdity.
There's like 50 people who are gonna steal this from me. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, chat. Here is the amnesiac of the day. When you are nominated, if the nominator is your alignment, you die. When you are executed while dead, you live.
They're never gonna guess that.
They're not supposed to guess it. They're supposed to observe it and watch it in wonders, as you can say, this player is executed and lives. Go to sleep.
I mean, that is fun. I do admit that is fun. All right, I have to talk to Skills.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. Hello.
Hello. Just bluffing Amnesiac.
As you do.
Yep.
Would you like to take a guess as to an amnesiac ability? And I can give you a hot or cold?
Sure. Each night, pick one player. If they are a minion, Dakota dies.
Bingo.
Thank you very much.
Yep. That would have to be a once per game ability, the one that Skills was suggesting.
Thanks.
In the script.
Oh, you're the king?
Yep.
You know, for some reason, I thought you were the Slayer. Who did I talk to at the beginning of the game that told me they were Slayer? I marked it down as you.
It wasn't me.
Oh.
Michael, maybe?
MHB, thank
Mike,
you for the
maybe.
follow.
Actually,
It wasn't me.
That was weird.
Okay.
I am the Oracle.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Hi. Just wanted to say, chat, you're looking great. You're all cool. And also, having entertaining time knowing Kale is the noble who didn't see any of my evil team. Very thankful. And Dakota, she's lying to me. Can't fathom why. Yes.
Dakota playing chaotic?
Yes, I thought she was on the order axis of the D&D Enlightenment chart, but...
You know better than that.
Mistaken. Oh, yes.
Lynn says hi. I believe chat is very excited to hear you. Art says
hi,
Madeline's
Lynn.
amazing. Oh, look at that.
Thanks, Art.
So yes, it should be a fun game. If you, yeah, I think it should be a fun one.
Yep. I am just like... I just hope Kale is not going to take this role suicidally. So let's go.
We shall see.
Alright, see ya.
What an odd song.
Hello.
Hello.
How do you like feeling overwhelmed?
I feel like the prettiest girl at the dance.
You're gonna have a fun time with all the quote-unquote amnesiacs talking to you.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
No.
No, that's
I'd
not
like
what
to
I'm
ask my
doing.
amnesiac question.
All right, what's your amnesiac question?
Each night, Asterix, do I pick a player and they don't die?
You're gonna ask a each night asterisk question after one night?
Yep.
Okay. I'll give you a cold.
Pog. I'm gonna head back to Town Square now.
Okay, bye. Hello.
So this is just to let you know that I'm probably gonna bluff either amnesiac or acrobat. So
Thank you for letting me know. That'll help.
right, and I figured that was a good chance to pretend I'm an amnesiac because I've been putting it in my threes.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good one.
Well, thank you for your time, sir.
You're very welcome.
Hello, sir.
Let me guess. Bluffing Amnesiac.
I've got like 8 different bluffs.
Okay.
So, but yes, I am here for my Amnesiac ability. Yes.
Okay.
Could it be that that I pick 4 different players, and if one of them's the poppy grower, that person dies?
Yeah, let's go with hot on that.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, I got a hot.
Come on back, y'all, please.
The room I'm in,
Hello.
and then pick something at random.
Can we talk?
Yeah, who said
Nope.
that?
Nope.
Wait, so you're actually
Nope.
claiming Amnesiac?
Nope.
then?
Oh, nope, nope.
No, vetoed, banned, grr.
Vetoed, banned, grr. Correct. Fucking nailed it. Alright. Let's get everybody back to town. No more consults. No more consults, please.
Are you sure? I need a consult.
Please head back. Okay.
Wait, actually, Demeda, I literally need a console with you. Like,
Alright.
legitimately.
You already go.
No, but I have another console.
Please don't troll
Hello.
me.
I'm not. I will totally tell you that the Meselphilles word is
Gonna be dragged back to town.
push. No,
He's gonna yeet everybody.
I'm gonna yeet you off the fucking server at this point. Alright.
And little did they know that was the last Friday stream.
The last Friday stream of all time.
Demida, I have a question for you.
It's not in pub. It's not in private.
Yeah. Do you
You
like
could-
your content?
You can send me a PM, you motherfucker. All right, can we?
Once a day, boy.
What if I need a console tomorrow?
I'm gonna open up the floor for discussions, and then we'll do nominations.
Are we fine to do public actions?
Do whatever you want, man.
All right, Jinx with the claim Amnesiac and target Bruce, Madeline, Jackie, Skills, and Gwen.
Can you give me those again?
Bruce, Madeline, Jackie, Skills, and Gwen.
Oda would like.
Well, hang on. Just give me a second, Dakota.
Go for it.
You learn drinks. You learn the word Jefferson.
Okay.
Jot that down.
Excellent. Dakota, you're not gonna be happy about my power.
Dakota, you were saying something?
Yeah, Dakota would like to claim Amnesiac and publicly claim Dakota is evil.
There is no effect.
Thank you.
Kale would like to claim Slayer and shoot Michael.
What is your weapon of choice, Kale?
Fish.
All right, so you load up the fish in the yeah. You load up the fish
cannon.
You load up the fish in the fish cannon, and it goes just like that. Unfortunately, it misses its mark and goes wide left. There is no effect.
Man, I didn't know I was rolling that one.
Bruce would like to claim Slayer and shoot Kale.
What is your weapon of choice, Bruce?
Kale's fish.
All right, so the fish has been picked up, dusted off, loaded into a similar cannon, because in Ravenswood Bluff everyone has a fish cannon. It's attached to their house.
These are known, as Art has said in Twitch chat, they are known as two nannins.
Nice.
That's
Two
good.
nannins. And it was shot out and went wide left. There is no effect.
Dakota would like to claim Slayer and shoot Dakota.
Dakota, what's your weapon of choice?
Dakota.
Dakota loads Dakota into the Dakota gun and fires it at Dakota. Unfortunately, they aimed at Dakota, as in the state Dakota, instead of actually at Dakota the
Which
person.
one?
So then Dakota ends up going to Dakota and missing Dakota. There is no effect.
So it drifted north. Okay.
So we have
south.
North Dakota now. Thank you.
Obviously,
So there's your U.S.
it
history
went
lesson.
south. No, it went
Nominations
south.
are
Come on.
open.
I nominate the Tomato for Cool Dude.
Keo nominates Tomato for Cool Dude. What is your accusation?
Rest my case.
All right, we would need no votes on this because it's fucking true. Any other nominations?
Is there a vortex on the script?
No. There is a Legion though. Have fun with that.
Yeah, Dakota nominates Michael.
Dakota nominates Michael. Why?
You are one of 3 people I haven't talked to today, so you must die.
We hard claim to each other. What are you talking about?
Oh, right, you're the other person. Oh, wait, my bad. Right, I was wondering why I didn't have that. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Michael,
Thanks,
what is
Michael.
your defense to being talked to?
Dakota has a faulty memory.
We would need 6 for this to pass.
We should at
Sorry,
least get
Michael,
5.
did you just say you're an outsider?
Wait, why are we actually voting on this one?
I don't know.
Did I? I didn't say anything. No.
Was it something funny?
Is funny. Laugh.
Okay,
Is
sorry,
funny.
I must have
Laugh
misread you
now.
4 is not enough. Any other nominations?
Bruce nominates Dakota.
Bruce nominates Dakota. Why?
They want to talk to a Mephit and would like to be evil, and so I think it's good to just make sure they don't become evil eventually.
Dakota, how do you feel about that?
So I would like to push back on this notion that I wanted to want to be evil. Just because I asked every single person I talked to today if they were the Mesophel and I was upset when they said no, does not mean I want to be evil, Bruce. This is a misnomer, and I don't appreciate the slander.
I don't
Can
believe that
Can I
everyone said no.
respond to that? Dakota told me that they want to be evil.
There was no proof. The Maida was not there. You cannot prove it, Bruce.
Cannot bring that evidence to court.
We would need 6 for this to pass.
It's actually a good roll, though.
For now.
But Bruce, I hard claim to you.
Bruce. I feel like this is a good safety.
I don't actually think this is a good.
Hard claim.
6 is enough. Dakota is marked for execution. Any other nominations?
I mean, I'd vote on Dak, honestly, if you want to do that instead.
Let's kill Dak, please.
You burned your nomination being funny.
So sad.
Gonna end the day in 5.
Okay, what's actually the reason for this?
3, 2,
Give the content.
1.
Content.
Dakota, how would you like to die?
Love you, Dakota.
Bad again.
Unlike the previous time, when you were dying in the last final moments of the town of Ravenswood Bluff, you were actually at the very beginning of the town of Ravenswood Bluff this time. And guess what? You're still happy. Because your ghost is going to be able to watch over the town. Dakota is executed, but
Why
does
is there a
not.
goose here?
But does not live. Everybody go to sleep.
Yeah, that's
Why
what I
is there a
thought.
goose here?
Oh, my tea lady bluff, no.
Oh, actually, no, I got one. I have to do the thing. Where were we? We were at Headman. Headman is... a horse! Congratulations to literally only Michael and Madeline and like 3 people in chat who put up very few points. They just made out like bandits on that one. Well done. Your next one is... Mob Boss. Mob Boss. Everybody go to sleep.
Ooh.
What's the game?
I don't want
Weeder Horse. The classic.
Gotcha.
Navean.
Alright. Where is Navean? We didn't do the thing.
Nope, you got here first.
I got here first. Okay, so, well, that's unfortunate.
Yep, that's a pretty rough start for good. They better hope that Michael, as the golem, chooses one of the evil players and doesn't kill off another good player, because ouch.
Yeah, that would be brutal at that point. All right, so we go to Madeline, and then we have to inform all of Legion who they picked.
I mean, yeah, we do technically have to, because if we ever choose to deviate from Madeline's choice,
right,
they should know that.
Yep. Okay.
I'll do the same thing as last time. I'll start from the bottom of the list.
Okay, let's go to Madeline. Actually, how much time is there? There's Poisoner, Snake Charmer. They know there's not a Snake Charmer. There could be a Mezephiles. I guess I gotta give it a couple minutes.
Oh, Dakota did actually say a fake Mezephiles word to me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a good way that we can waste time. We can go to, Oh, all right. I have something fun. Okay. Hello, Dakota.
Hi.
I would like to inform you that you said the Mezephiles word.
Dead.
Well, funny thing about that. Yeah, you're dead. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
So I do have a question though. Did
Sure.
I say the actual word?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Rest in peace to me.
Your being dead, I will let you know, your being dead does not mechanically matter. You would still turn evil even if dead if you had said a Mezephiles word.
Oh. So second question, I know I'm just wasting your time here, but since I'm dead, can I still say a word?
Yeah, dead players can turn, so if you are the first good player to say a word, then yes.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Give me hope.
Yeah, that's sure. Let's go with that.
It's hope, Demeta. It's all I have left.
Hello.
I had to let Dakota die.
I know.
I knew she was lying, but I think she has something powerful.
So who are we choosing tonight?
Alright, I'm gonna help Kale believe the fantasy. I am going to kill Resnora.
Resnora. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Your lunatic has chosen Resnora.
Thank you.
Your lunatic has chosen Resnora.
Okay.
Just
I'll go ahead.
Well, I just figured I'd let you know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you picked the death, so.
Yeah, well, but you still need to be informed beforehand. I gotta follow the rules, you know?
Yeah, cool.
Your lunatic has chosen Resnora. Your lunatic has chosen Resnora.
Chosen Resnora. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hi, I'm an every night amnesiac.
You are an every night amnesiac.
This is fun. Alright. Do I choose 3 people again?
Choose 3 players.
Choose 3 players, okay. Well, clearly it's Madeline, Skills, and Michael.
Madeline, Skills, and Michael. You get a no.
Oh, no. I'm solving this.
You're solving it.
Solving it, thank you.
Yep. And Drinks is already gone, so I don't have to worry about Drinks. How's chat feeling? So the reason I was doing the thing with, to answer chat's question, the reason I was doing the thing is because technically I could do something where Amnesiac ability registers someone as like a Zomboul where they register as dead but they're actually alive. And I could have said like, hey, you did the thing. But you are correct, Navean. They could have just gotten the Mesafel word. So, yeah. Oh, look. Becky's in the chat. Hey, Becky. So, that's basically it for the night. I mean, I think we kill Resnora.
Yep, that is a totally fine kill.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to not do it. The Lunatic has not given us reason to not do Lunatic, to follow the Lunatic at this point.
Absolutely.
I'm going to purposefully answer Dak and say, no, that does not count as technical difficulties. That is a personal choice on my behalf. Because here's the thing. When we go to night, let's look at how the stream looks. It looks wonky. I don't like it. You can see the outline and everything. It looks terrible. So we just don't go to night. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's fair. I see what you're talking about. There's like that hard edge where the cloud cuts off.
And as much as people in this server tend to like hard edging, we don't want to do it on the stream.
Yeah.
I thought that would at least get a chuckle, but okay.
I'm refraining from commenting.
Anyway, listen, we had a Chuck Tingle night last week. I mean, come on, we're still gonna get a little bit of the, there's gonna be some aftershocks, so to speak. Okay, let's bring everybody back. We can do stuff. Oh my god, we're back. Look at that.
I don't want to be back.
I made that suggestion because now I keep getting tagged replies.
Good morning, all. Some very pertinent info for you all. First off, Mob Boss is something I don't remember. Let me look.
It's a horse.
Mob Boss is marijuana. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Your next one is... Oh, sorry. Not corn off the coob. It's corn off the cob. corn off the cob.
Corn off the coop.
I do like corn off the coob, but yeah, it's corn off the cob. Corn off the coob is where, you go to Nebraska and they just... No, actually, I don't even know where I would go with that. Nebraska, just so you know, is kind of like the place where they grow a lot of corn. It's a corn hub, if you will. And I think... I had to, I'm sorry. Oh, right, someone died last night. We should probably go over that. Resnora died last night.
Oh, no.
Hey, Demita, can I talk to you?
Alright, Griggs, you wanted to talk?
Just come see me in my office. Hello.
Hello.
What can I do for you today?
Do you tell me if all three of the people I choose are the same alignment?
That is a bingo. Each night, choose 3 players. You learn if they are the same alignment.
Okay, cool. Thank you. This is very exciting. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Holy cow. Thank you.
Yay, I'm dying. And then I died. I even put in my Grim about to die. Because I know what's up. So I'm telling you, I'm hard claiming
That
acrobat.
wasn't a stretch.
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay. Do it.
Because why
like
the fuck not?
I like it. Go for it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I can do that for you as well.
Thank you. We will make them rue the day they killed me for content. Thank you, Dib.
Oh.
Yes.
This is kind of a banger too, actually.
So, okay.
There's been a lot of bangers tonight.
My role is each night choose 3 people. You find out if they're all the same alignment. I chose Kale, Gwen, and Jackie on the first night, and I got a yes. the odds of me nailing the exact evil team is so small that I have to believe that all 3 of you are good.
Yes.
So since I believe all 3 of you are good, I also had a no between Madeline, Skills, and Michael.
Okay, I'm going to hard claim Noble to you.
Oh, cool.
With my pings being you.
Okay, well, first of all, me, who else?
Drinks and
Drinks.
Malachon.
And Malachon. Oh. What do I do with that information? At least one of them is evil.
Yep, hasn't made the Or Legion.
Okay,
yet.
so Madeline, Skills, and Michael, at least one of those 3 are evil.
Cool. Can you do me a favor, though, Skills?
Sure.
If anyone asks if you're in a roll swap, say yes.
I will do that.
It's
You want
part
to
of
hear? You want to hear what my bingo was?
Yeah.
My bingo was: each night, choose a player. If they are a minion, Dakota dies.
Dakota always died regardless. All right, thank you, Skills.
Poppy Grower, Slayer, Empath, and Fortune Teller. I mean, I'm throwing 3 for 3s out all over the place. I'm not making anything the same.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
well, we know there's no
Well,
magician. We know there's no Poppy Grower. We know there's no Noble.
Yeah, well, I figured out that because Dakota did a 2 for 2 with me yesterday as Oracle and Poppy Grower, and I was like, okay, so that's the Oracle. So I went to Dakota right away and was like, hey, I just dug you up last night. And so now Dakota trusts me as the Undertaker. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say
So
that
if you
told
could
me
pass info to me
Undertaker.
about Driggs, Bruce, Michael, who they are, like if you find that info out, that is helpful to me.
Yeah.
managed to
Yeah. If I
kill
find
him.
something out, I will definitely let you know. So.
Dak, Gwen, Skills, and Jackie.
Yeah,
Or-
definitely gave me 3.
Well,
but
no,
Dak
Jackie
gave
was
me-
Jackie was 3. The other one, Jackie and Dak were 3, and Skills and Gwen were 2. Sorry.
I think what I might just do, actually, no, because no. The issue is that you can't even try and bluff Magician to Legion. You can't bluff Magician, period, which is really pain. Unless
Yeah.
you can't, unless it is a Poppy Grower.
Well, I mean, I
but-
will say I did get a lot of people claiming the same set of roles.
Really? Okay, I'm curious.
Except for Jackie was like pretty unique.
I mean, it is in the Legion interest to claim off bluff if they're given the same
Yeah.
bluffs, because that can just cause massive like Titanic moments where they all claim within these 3 plus 1 or 2, and then that kind of roots out who's not claiming that.
Yeah.
But either way, probably work towards Dak if we get some kind of confirmation on that.
Talk.
No problem. Alright,
Thank you.
What did I miss?
Yeah, the Lunatic just tried to claim Slayer and Undertaker to me, which is hilarious. I gave her an Oracle, so
have fun with that.
Or the actual Amnesiac, so she'll have to try and figure that one out. While you're here, we might as well just waste a couple of moments in case I am getting Amnesiac.
Sure. Do you want to do a new Amnesiac ability?
Sure. Each day, visit the Storyteller. If more than 4 people visit them during the day, he gets angry.
I'll give you a warm.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yep.
Just so you know, I figured out that Dakota was the Oracle, and so I went and was like, hey, I dug you up, and I saw you as the Oracle, and confirmed. And Dakota wants me to lie and say that I saw Dakota as the Poppy Grower, but yeah, I'm gonna pivot to Undertaker because I don't think anyone else is going for that.
No. Mercenor is doing Acrobat now.
Okay.
I just had a conversation with her, so that can be good.
Also, I don't think Drinks is the actual Amnesiac. I think Drinks is the Golem. Drinks is, I think, the Golem, according to what I've heard. And we think Michael is the Minstrel as well. So.
It's time to head back, y'all.
Drinks.
I was really hoping.
Seriously?
Am I actually the lunatic, or is this a Legion hobby grower game? Because Skills isn't claiming Legion back.
God damn it. No, but I am the fucking poppy grower, you asshole.
No.
Content. Let's head back.
Hard claimed poppy grower to me today, so.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I will definitely catch Dakota at least tomorrow for that. So.
Let's head back.
Oh,
Let's head
you know
back.
what? He's here. You can tell him what happened.
No. Okay, Demina, do you want to hear the spicy?
Sure.
Bruce has hard claimed Amnesiac to me.
Okay.
I have hard claimed Noble to Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
I told Bruce that my 3 pings were him, Drinks, and Malishon.
Mhm.
Bruce then told me what their ability was, which was each night choose 3 people, learn if they're the same alignment. They told me night 1 they chose Jackie, Gwen, and me, learned a yes, and then chose, I believe, Madeline, Skills, and Dak, and learned a no.
Okay.
We both talked together and told him to check between 2 people between Jackie, Gwen, and me, and then one of my 2 fake noble pings of Drinks and Malishon.
We'll see how that plays out for you. It's time to head back.
Yep.
I am the poppy grower. Demeta's evil, and that's all I know.
Hello.
Ask my Abby a question.
Oh, hi there, Demeta.
Talking shit, I see.
Always. I stay talking shit, Tomato Man.
Dakota, what would you say if I told you you were in a double claim?
That is not a real double claim.
A hard double claim.
Right.
No, it's not. I am
Okay.
Undertaker confirmed, Dak.
Huh?
Okay.
Wait,
All right.
this one.
Really?
Yes.
Huh?
Hello, everyone. I would like to tell you that corn off the cob. What a macabre answer. Is...
Horse.
It's a horse, of course. Well done to your horsers.
Horse.
Any
Did
horsers
you
in
make
chat?
that rhyme?
No.
Malishon, me, and Drinks.
Anyway,
All right. Well, if anyone has the bingo where someone gets everything wrong, that's me.
No, it's if everyone in game gets it wrong. Like if you guys go all in on one thing and then you end up getting it wrong.
Well,
I see.
That doesn't happen very often. Anyway, let's do a I'll open up nominations. Let's go with nominations.
All right, I'll just say this out real quick, Michael. I think they're actually good. So I think due to sudden revelations and announcement.
Was that a nomination?
No, that was not a nomination.
Wait,
I was just
what?
trying to. I was just trying to say to Michael that
so
I have had a
for-
change of heart due to recent
Let's go.
discoveries.
Do you want to out your information, or do you want to hold it for a day?
I'll hold it for a day.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it hurts anything.
I agree. I think it helps right now.
Second call for nominations?
Okay, kill me again. Why not, right?
Yeah,
I'm
let's
scared of a
Vortex
Leviathan.
Echo quick.
There is no Vortex in play.
There's no Vortex on script.
Vortex chalk. Wait. English?
Vortex check?
Vortex check?
Chalks? Chalk?
Chalk? Eating chalk?
I think.
What is happening? Am I having a stroke? What the fuck am I hearing?
Amnesiac ability. Amnesiac ability. We're trying to get to the Mesophel word.
Kale would like to use their Amnesiac ability and eat chalk?
Kale, you have gained the condition pica.
Nice. Well done,
Dakota would like
Navean.
to use-
That is way more witty than what I was going to come up with. Well done.
Dakota would like to use their amnesiac ability to come back to life.
You're dead, so.
Skills nominates Kale.
Skills nominates Kale. Why?
For the lulz. It's day 2 and he's not dead.
No! We're not going back to this meta!
Guys,
Oh, I need to claim my seat.
Kale, what's your defense?
Oh, we are not going back to this meta.
Leech.
We would need 5 for this to pass.
Dak, you should not vote.
Here,
Say
Dakota,
my
I'll
go
vote
I've
for you.
voted on everything so far.
That's
I'll vote
that's
for
a risky philosophy when Legion's on the script.
Kale, don't you do it. Kale, don't you do it. Kale, don't you do it. Thank you, Kale.
Welcome.
2 is not enough. Kale is safe. We're going to end the day in 5.
Drinks will nominate skills.
Drinks nominate skills. Drinks, why?
I claimed demon to skills, and skills didn't nominate me for some reason. I instead nominated a Kale for funny meme.
Skills, what's your defense?
That's absolutely correct, because I don't believe a word that comes out of Drink's mouth half the damn time.
Also double claim?
No, there is no double claim on that.
I'm sorry, did you say... Okay, never mind. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was understanding that correctly. We would need 5 in order for this to pass.
There is no double.
$5 foot long.
There is no double claim in bossing say.
Crew, what's your feel on lunatic or on heretics? Because chat's talking about heretics and how they don't like heretics.
Heretics suck.
I am not a fan of heretics.
Okay.
I love heretics. What are you
The issue is that it came around to one person.
Madeline, me and you have had this discussion about heretics.
3 is not enough. Skills is safe.
Oh yeah, fair.
And a heretical.
Dak nominates drinks.
Dak nominates drinks. Dax. Dak, why?
Drinks check.
Drink check.
Raise your hand if you have your drink.
Well, don't do that if you don't do it too seriously, because then you might spill your drink. My drinks are actually over for the night. I've already finished all of them.
I don't think I can drink hand sanitizer.
Drinks, what's your defense?
No, we don't do that, Kale.
I think it's interesting to see how the hands blew up. Dak, if you don't vote, I feel like the execution might not pass.
Gills, I think you should vote for this.
We would need 5 in order for this to pass. Still no one on the block.
Call it woman check.
Now we can have a few people trickle up hands, get it just enough, and then we'll get another good player execute.
Come on, Drinks.
I want to do it. I want to do it so bad. I want to do it
4
so bad.
is not enough.
Can't remember the
Drinks
leech
is
just yet, guys.
Gonna end the day in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The day ends, and I can confirm the Vortox is 1. Your next one for Huidor Horse is one of my favorites. Feed Nana.
That's just like a request.
Yeah. No, because hold on. Jesus Christ, my dog.
Everybody go to sleep.
Alright. Hi guys.
What's up, gang?
Gang, gang.
I'm climbing Lunatic. It's fun.
Where is Navean? I was faster than you this time.
You sure were, again.
Yeah. Alright, so. Where am I? I am here. No more Weeder Horse. Oh, they're just still talking about heretics. Okay. Alright, so we have no Oracle info. I don't know if you heard, but Bruce got a bingo.
Yes, I heard from Kale because Bruce hard claimed to Kale and then gave the ability.
Yup. Sure did.
And then he came up with his plan, and I told him that if Bruce was indeed the amnesiac and not lying, that his plan was spicy.
Yes. Alright, so we go to Madeline, we inform the Legion, we do Bruce, and then we just chill out for a little bit. So, actually, we should probably chill out for a little bit first.
Right. Let Madeline think that there's potentially a poisoner or something.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I mean, I'm a little disappointed that. Excuse me. I'm a little disappointed that Bruce was able to pinpoint the ability that fast, but to be fair, and I don't mean this as any slight to Fraser, picking 3 players, there's very little that you can, you get information out of it. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to, I could have said, do they all have fucking the letter L in their name or something like that? Like,
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like alignment is probably the safest.
Absolutely. It's checking alignment is definitely something that people are going to be asking about pretty early on most of the time, and also it makes sense in a Legion game to have that as an ability because the configuration of alignments is generally, pretty flipped in a certain way. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Bruce still doesn't think it's a Legion game, apparently, so this should be...
Oh, well, that's good. Good for evil.
Good for evil. All right, let's go to Madeline. Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
Who are we targeting?
We are targeting Michael.
Michael, you got it. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Let's go to this person. Your lunatic has chosen Michael. Your lunatic has chosen Michael.
Thank you very much.
Your lunatic has chosen Michael. Your lunatic has chosen Michael.
Cool. You.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I can't kill Michael.
I mean, you can, technically speaking.
I mean, it would be beneficial for good if the outsider is dead.
There's a certain benefit from that, because if Michael chooses a good player, he's going to kill that good player. However, Drinks is pushing for Michael to consider nominating Dak because of the noble pings. But again, if we do kill Michael, it will confirm to Drinks basically that Dak is most likely the evil player in those pings, and they're just going to end up executing Dak. Which, it's a Legion game. It is what it is. So I think that there are pros and cons for letting it go through on Michael. And I think that we could get some interesting plays regardless of whether we choose Michael or not.
Because I was originally just straight up against the idea, but now you have me reconsidering.
Yeah, there's nothing on this script that would cause a redirection, and therefore it will. Save for potentially an amnesiac, but Bruce already knows his abilities, so he's not going to be. I don't know if Madeline knows that Bruce is claiming amnesiac, but eventually that info will come out, and she would most likely know that it's not an amnesiac and be able to figure out that she is the lunatic.
Right. The other issue that would be coming into is that we would then have 2 dead good players. We'd only have 3 left.
Right.
I think I'm willing to take that chance, though. I think that continuing the facade for Madeline for at least one more day, I think, is worthwhile.
Right, and there's a strong chance that, again, with Drinks' noble pings, there's a strong chance Drinks might just push for Dak to be executed.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's take care of Bruce. I think I am going to let the kill go through on Michael.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You've survived!
Oh, fuck.
Please choose 3 players.
Somebody said something yesterday that really hit me. This could be a Legion game, right?
Sure.
Oh shit.
It's on the script.
Oh god. I think I talked to an evil player. Okay. I will check me, Drinks, and Malashan.
You, Drinks, and Malashan. You get a no.
A no. Okay. Shit. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Now that's fucking content.
It sure is.
Oh, that's great. That was like watching someone. It was like watching someone go up on stage and sing their heart out. It was fantastic. Okay, so now that Bruce has figured it out, they...
I don't know if he's figured it out. He's considering it now, though.
Right, for sure. I think the kill is still Michael here. I mean, I want to thin out Legion's numbers, obviously, but I think that if they don't execute a Legion tomorrow, you can't keep killing good players.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they will likely execute a Legion tomorrow, and then we kill a Legion in the night, and we go from there.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's bring them back. So many animal gifts. Hello, all. I can inform you that Feed Nana, besides being a directive for people who take care of their octogenarian relatives, is indeed a horse. Well done to the horsers. Yeah. Your next one to consider during the day is... Let's do a fun one. How about... God, there are so many on this list. Like, I'm not kidding, there are a ton on this list. Alright, this is a good one. Let's go with... Green Jones.
It has green in the name. It's a bait. It's a bait.
It's a bait.
It's a bait. In other news, Michael is dead. You guys have, let's say 7 minutes.
Bruce, want to try?
Huh. Drinks, do you want to talk?
Yeah.
I can talk. Something happened last night. Yesterday, somebody said something about this maybe being a Legion game.
Oh.
Which, if that's the case, I don't know if I believe that you're good.
Well.
If that's the case, there's a decent chance that you, Gwen, and Jackie are all Legion then.
Kinda say the same for you in a way. Well. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a blast. Ugh.
This is brilliant content, guys. Thank you.
Is it brilliant content? Just criticizing each other.
Sure is.
Yes, brilliant.
Okay. So you're pretending to be popular. That sounds good. I will mark you as such. Yeah. So obviously, I'm gonna be trying
They
to
have
push
no fear of a
towns
magician.
To, like, nominate because there's an Undertaker in play, quote unquote. You know. So.
Excellent.
If you don't mind doing that.
No, I'm fine with that, but just stick around for one question. Demeta, first question.
Sure. Do you want Gwen here or not?
No, Gwen can stick around because it might be leading into what I might be doing sometime here in the future. If a snake charmer was in play and hit someone who was Legion, what would happen?
If a snake charmer hit what?
Hit someone who was Legion, what happens?
They would become Evil Legion, and the previously Legion player would become a good poisoned snake charmer.
Okay, so it is just the norm. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't.
I mean, there's really not much difference than targeting pretty much any other demon. I mean, they don't get any additional information or anything like that because all of that stuff is learned on startup. It's not really, there's not really that much different that I can think of that really changes anything. Obviously, just like is the case with any demon, they don't get any starting info, they don't get any bluffs, or anything like that. So, I mean, I don't think you're really going to be getting that much of a difference, to be honest.
Alright, that's what I need to know. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah,
Okay,
Gwen, at some point in time, I may be or maybe claiming snake charmers, being snake charmed. So.
Okay.
So just a heads
Fair
up.
enough.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I will.
If you can get that out of him if you talk to him, or I will.
Yeah,
But we
either way.
really need to talk to more of our teammates and let them know that we think Dak is the magician.
Let's go do that.
People.
Probably. I decided to play it this way just for fun today. See what happens. So.
Right. Sometimes you gotta experiment with them play styles.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ooh, Tomato,
Oh.
while you're here, I would like to chat with you when you have a free moment.
I'll get out here. All right.
All
See
right.
ya.
What's up?
So, no, this was just my pretend amnesiac. And I just wanted to share something that has been amusing the crap out of me every time we go to voting.
Sure.
I have to double check my screen to make sure my hand isn't actually up. because I'm broken.
That's really funny, actually. Yeah, I never even considered that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's great. Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome. Bye.
Oh, is that so? What is
Mm-hmm.
what is your guess?
I have you as the Undertaker.
Okay. Can you keep that a secret?
Yes. I mean, keep in mind that there's nothing on the
Okay.
script that looks at the grimoire, so.
Right. So, yeah, at this point I've only seen Dakota, and I know what Dakota is. So I'm pretending to be Dakota's role for now. because
Oh, okay, so it's
Dakota
contagious. I
is
see.
doing- Because Dakota's decided to say something completely different, so that's totally fine. But yeah, I think I'd like to push for more people.
Is Dakota
Have a
actually
good
the poppy
day.
grower? Because I've heard that in 2 other places.
No.
So. Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's all I
actually,
need
but-
in terms of.
Yeah, I mean, well, at least I guess it saves the town from trying to figure out like what happened with, you know, like if one of my neighbors were drunk or poisoned. But anyway, I'm relieved to be just like, you know, dead with it being that clear, because then. Yeah. Anyway, we don't have a lot of time. What are you?
I am the Slayer.
Cool.
I'll
Do you
think
have...
of a funny weapon.
Oh, stuffed otter. That would be a good weapon.
That is terrifying. I will go with it.
Do you mean like a
Excellent.
stuffed animal that's an otter, or like a taxidermist otter that's been stuffed?
Yes.
The latter. Okay.
I didn't necessarily say the latter. I just
Oh, just said yes. Okay. Thank you for answering yes to a modal question. I appreciate
All
that.
right, let's go.
Okay, this is interesting. All right.
Time to head back, y'all.
You should only be seeing at most. Technically, you can see 3 minions before stuff get 3 plus recluse possibly before things get shenaniganry. Since there could be Lil Mazda and they gave it to an evil townsfolk or good player from Mizafel. So
Time
the
to head
4th
back.
minion.
Me and Poppy Grower.
Okay.
Time to head back.
About it possibly being a Legion game, and now I'm not entirely sure if that's the case.
Time to head
because
back.
This is one hell of a... One
Clock on the blood tower.
Good old clock on the blood tower.
I've talked about this game in class, and people are just like, I told one of my teachers about it, and they were just like, this game sounds interesting. I'm just like, not until you get into it.
They have no idea how interesting it can be. Anyway, hello all. I'd like to let you know that there were some people in chat that took the bait on Green Jones, but you guys did not. It was indeed a horse. Well done, everybody. You didn't take the bait.
All like a
It just seems something that realistically would be a horse name.
Okay.
Well, Jones,
Let's go with the nominations.
Drinks
Hello,
would like
friend.
to claim Amnesiac and target Gwen, Dak.
Gwyn, Dak.
Yes.
Goose.
Yeah, I was about to say. Thank you.
Gwyn, Dak will yield a Madison.
Dakota.
Oh, that's
Dakota has a
good.
nomination. Dakota has a public decoration.
Sure.
Oh, Declaration of Independence.
Some people have told me that there is another hard claim on my roll up there that has been cleared up. I am the only poppy grower. Any other poppy growers that from after this point that say the poppy growers are liars and shall be executed henceforth.
You mean with one
That
dead
being
vote?
said,
Poppy growers are just imitating a real poppy grower.
I am aware of another hard claim, another double claim.
I appreciated it, Gwyn. It went under the radar for most people, but I heard it and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
There is a double claim on Noble.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Madeline, that thing we talked about, that's been cleared up, by the way.
Oh, thank God. Anyway.
Any other nominations?
Kale. Bruce nominates Kale.
Bruce nominates Kale. Why?
If this is a Legion game, then I don't trust Kale. But if this is not a Legion game, then Kale's ability is spent and is in a double claim apparently.
Kale, what is your defense?
Apparently I'm one of the noble double claims. I think for now I'm going to keep my noble pings private unless you speak to me in private, which I think I've given my noble pings to maybe 3 people. But with that, in either situation, I'm just a good kill.
We would need 5 for this to pass.
Alright, Kale, think about it this way. If you only tell the evil player of the 3, they don't get any new information, okay? You limit the info flow.
I'm not dying today.
Well, they get info as to which other ones you saw. So
Kale,
no, if you only tell...
4 is not enough, Kale is safe.
If you only tell that player...
Who is the other person?
I'm sorry.
Somebody nominate Jackie?
Oh, I nominated drinks.
Madeline nominates drinks. Madeline, why?
Soul read.
Soul fucking read. Anything else?
That is all.
Okay. How do you feel drinks?
I claim the ginger.
There is no effect.
Just for that.
We would need 5 for this to pass.
Can we get this nominated just for that bad joke?
Gingers are
I'm voting.
Yeah, somebody
Come
want
on,
to throw
Gwen.
a hand up
Come
for
on,
me?
Skills. Someone.
We got this. Jen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna pass even if it is Legion now. Oh, no.
Yeah.
6 is enough.
This is feeling real Legion-y, guys.
Yeah. Someone nominate Jackie. Please.
I mean, Kale, could you?
Nominate myself.
Yeah, Gwyn.
If you would.
No, Gwyn nominates Jackie. That's fine.
Gwyn nominates Jackie. Why?
I don't know. Someone told me to.
Are you passing off the accusation?
Yeah. I don't know the reason why Jackie is being asked to be nominated.
So okay, I'll come out to town. I'm the Amnesiac. I got a bingo. So my ability is each night to choose 3 players. You learn if they are all the same alignment. I checked Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie on the first night and I got a yes. Initially I believed that to be pinging on good, but now I'm starting to think that this is a Legion game, which would mean that Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie are all evil. And if it turns out I'm completely wrong, then Jackie hard claimed role is one of the better kills for town, I think.
I just want to add I am Godfather food, so this is not an ideal execution. Though we can't really push it off me at this point.
Oh damn.
Yes.
Jackie,
That.
what is your defense?
I'm not a bad kill. I'm okay with dying.
We would need a lot for this to pass. What was it? We would need 7 for this to pass.
Yeah, the issue here is depending on the chain of events. This could be a game-ending execution if it's Legion. So I'm not a fan. Either way, bad idea.
We're okay with killing drinks.
No, I'm not. No,
5 is not enough. Drinks is still on the block. I'm gonna end the day in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drinks. How would you prefer to die?
By being a drunk leech.
By being a drunk leech.
This happened once.
Yes, it has. It was immortalized in film and clip.
Yeah, and I was there.
That was great. Drinks. I heard, so it's funny because the storyteller's hearing is not that great. So when they asked, you said drunk leech. I heard drunk beach, and I was very confused. But we took you to the beach. There were some drinks, and you drowned.
Oh no!
Drinks is dead, executed, and the game, congratulations everybody, continues on. Your next one that I will give you for tonight is for Huidor Horse. Let's go with... Ooh, I like this one. I can type.
And you?
Super Saver.
It sounds like a discount store.
Yeah, these were anything but Weeder Horse. We had Amazon sale, we have Target sale, we have my uncle, Green Jones.
Sounds like a disco.
I can tell you it's one of the two.
It's a Super Saver is just the save all button.
These guys talking shit about my game. Boy, I tell you what. Okay, so Good's in a bad spot right now, guys. Good needs Good needs some help.
Sure do.
It's almost wish where I had a this is where I almost wish we had a traveler available, but all right. Isn't there a Super Saver in Winstead? I would wager it's probably more like a Savers. I think we have a Savers. I know that's a chain around here. Son of a bitch, it is a real place.
I was right.
Well, I can tell you it's one of the other two things, too. I'm just going to say no. No. And it gets the Vortox emoji. Okay, so I feel like we can probably safely go to Madeline pretty quickly because they know that there's probably no poisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's go to Madeline. Hello.
Bruce fell right into my trap.
Sure did.
I'm going to have to... Sorry, Gwen. Nothing personal, kid.
Nothing personal, kid.
I'm sorry.
No, that was a good reference.
Thank you.
Did you teleport behind her?
Yeah, and I was edgy and, like... Yeah.
It makes me think of, there was this gif I saw that was like of an anime that was like lampooning that meme, and it was these two guys just constantly teleporting behind each other. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Okay, so you pick Win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Your marionette has chosen Gwyn.
Like my marionette.
Or your marionette, your lunatic has chosen Gwyn.
It's like Wait, what? When do I have a puppet?
You don't have a marionette, unfortunately. Well, there you go.
Okay, so then I wouldn't. Thank you.
Your lunatic has chosen Gwyn.
Oh boy, fun.
Your lunatic has chosen Gwyn.
Ooh. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Your lunatic has chosen Gwyn.
Thank you.
Okay, and now I go to... Still alive!
Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna. I should have done yesterday.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Me, Jackie, and Kale.
You, Jackie, and Kale. You learn a no.
My. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Yep. That's what I was hoping for, and now it's the oh shit moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. Kill Gwyn and Kale to simulate a Godfather kill.
I think the only problem with that is that Drinks tomorrow is going to come out as not an outsider, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cute idea, Art, and but see, the thing is, like, well, so the thing is, it seems like Drinks did role swap with Michael.
yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
So that, because I mean, I overheard Legion talking to each other and saying that Drinks was the golem. So it's possible that I could do a double kill. It would also balance the scales more towards good, but that just puts even more suspicion, I think, on Drinks.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually beneficial to the town. Well, let's play it out in my head. So, all right, if we have to kill Gwyn. We have to kill someone else if it's a Godfather kill. If that's the case, not necessarily a Godfather kill. It could be an acrobat.
What else? That's true. Could be an acrobat. Jackie was considering bluffing as acrobat. So was Resnora. I'm not sure who ended up settling on it.
Huh.
But we could kill Jackie, yeah.
If we kill Gwyn and Jackie, that goes down to 6. We would have 2 good, 4 Legion. It's not a bad ratio. Speeds the game up as well. Okay. That might not actually be bad, because then we'd have skills, Malishon. No, we'd only have 2 Legion left alive? I can't... No, and Dak. Okay, never mind. So it'd be Dak, Kale, Malishon, skills.
Yeah.
Okay. Madeline is not going to assume it's going to be Kale anytime soon. I think we can get away with this. I think we can get away with a Godfather kill. Or an acrobat kill.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Jackie or Resnora to figure out about pivoting that, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's fine. We can put it on them.
Yes, Embryonic Hydra. You can, in fact, kill up to N players at night, where N is the number of legions that are currently alive and in play, because each individual player counts as having the ability of a player might die.
Which is really useful in games where, like, good has basically solved that it's Legion from the get-go, especially in person, because if that's the case, you could just accelerate the game like 5 days and just kill 5 people and just basically almost like a boom dandy for the town and be like, okay, everybody knows it's Legion. I'm not going to fuck around and waste everybody's time. Let's just kill 5 people and get it over with. Which sometimes is the right pick, especially if you're having like fiddler concerns about timing and stuff like that. So it's possible that sometimes that's the right play. In this particular case, it's not. The Legion in this case is used to simulate other night deaths, which is a main factor of Legion. Sometimes this is exactly what they want to do. So, okay. All right. Let's head back. Hello, humans. Or perhaps evil people.
Those are late risers.
Hello, late risers. Let's go over the important things. Super Saver, while perhaps a 24-hour savings location, is also the name of a Kentucky Derby participating horse. I believe from back in like the 1940s, actually. So, yay. Your next one is going to be Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger don't give a fuck. Anyway, your next bit of info that I should share with you is that Gwen has died and Jackie has died.
All right,
everybody. I would like to share something.
Oh, okay.
So, I learned on my first night of getting information a yes between Kale, Gwen, and Jackie. Yesterday, I checked me, Jackie, and Kale and got a no, which means Kale, Gwen, and Jackie are all the same alignment, and I'm not that alignment. Gwen and Jackie are both dead. I think we have to kill Kale.
No, you don't.
I mean, if we believe that you're the amnesiac.
Guys, I'm speaking only to the good players in this game.
I do want to ask one thing. Since there's no other way for multiple deaths in a night to happen. Are either of the players who just died the acrobat?
You're not.
There are multiple ways.
Yeah, did we kill someone last night?
Yeah, wait, sorry, what are the ways that two people could die in the script?
Exclusively Acrobat and
Acrobat,
Godfather. Acrobat, Godfather, Legion. Those are the only three ways. Unless if there's some Amnesiac, but we have a claim medicine info character.
In a Legion game, multiple players can die?
So the way the way the Legion works is because it says might, and that's per Legion. You can kill up to the number of Legion players. Typically, the Storyteller has all of the mights not kill somebody except one.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Drink, you were saying that you're not Drink. You want to be killed by.
Thank you, Rope,
right?
for the
yeah, that's why I'm saying if either Jackie or Gwen, if either of you are the acrobat, we don't have definitive knowledge of a Godfather presence.
well, my thing is, are you an outsider?
Yes.
So then I'm assuming there was a Godfather kill.
That's why I'm asking the dead players though if they are the acrobat.
I'm the acrobat.
I'm not.
Who was Jackie acrobat?
No, Resnora said that. I was muted when I said no before.
Oh, Resnora's acrobat. Okay.
Guys,
okay,
this is a Legion game.
Yeah, it's a Legion game because I'm not an outsider.
Oh, there you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, that's why I gave the claim space for a second before we could just take it back.
Problem solved. Yeah, wrong.
Kale is evil. Can I nominate Kale right now, really quick?
See, here's the problem. There's some Zephyles.
You still have a couple minutes.
How are you so certain on that? That's not possible with that and Legion being in play, right? It's a direct clash of character.
Like a lame person? You mean like a smart person?
Because neither of the players are claiming to have an ability that could cause death, and I am not claiming to have a source for a Godfather to wake up.
Also, I do want to say the odds of me nailing the exact 3 evil players on my very, very, very first night, if there was only 3, very, very low. The odds of me nailing the 3 of most players as being the same alignment is very, very high. So Kale being the same alignment as Jackie and Gwen, and Kale not being the same alignment as me and Jackie means Kale is.
You're wondering how.
I have one more
thing.
Another way this could happen. Technically, it's a bit jank, but a leech can kill their host intentionally and pass to a Scarlet Woman. That would cause 2 deaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only other way.
Oh, yeah,
That's the only other way. That can happen with outside with minions actually being in play.
I will tell you this. I did not start evil, but I am now evil. So go ahead and kill me if you want to, but it's not
Okay.
going to change that much.
I mean, that's fine. Actually, no, we can.
Yeah, I will also tell you that I'm an Undertaker who confirmed Dakota, so.
Actually, can I talk to you real quick? Actually, no, you're dead. Oh, you don't have info.
My question is,
I wish.
my question, before we go, my question is, did Gwen confirm literally anybody else?
Gwen only got info on you.
No,
Cool.
I
So-
only. That was the execution that I got info on.
Didn't we kill someone else? Did we execute
No,
someone else?
I died in the
Not for a
night.
day. Not for a
No.
day. There was a
Gwen-
pause. There was a
the day.
pause.
Gwen is the same
And
alignment
then I
as Jackie and Kale.
Is Jackie and Kale.
I
Kale's
straight
claiming...
up just claimed Mazephile's turn.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, this
Too
is
bad
Kale's...
it's true.
Bruce,
No, Kale's,
Bruce,
no, Kale's leading us away from Legion, since
Yes.
I feel like we're actually going
Very
to
Why would I be leading you away from
Wait.
me?
Because from my perspective, there's no other way for those deaths to have happened
Plus-
unless if we
Oh,
had
I'm
a
not
leech.
arguing the deaths.
Unless if we had a leech aside, okay? Unless if we have like a Jackie is the leech, or Gwen is the leech, and they killed the host, which is the other player. We have one line player and one evil player there, or we have Legion. Those are the explicits from my perspective.
Nominations are open.
I have a worldview that might be jank, but whatever. What if the evil team, right, is starting off with Bruce and Kale? Kale's a minion, probably like something not, maybe a Mephistopheles, or use their word. Drinks was Mephit turned, and so Drinks was an outsider, but they're saying they're not because we want to do the Legion thing, and it's Bruce, Drinks, Kale, and one other person. I don't believe, honestly, I don't believe Bruce gets this thing right away.
Hey,
I would like to kill Bruce.
That's why I'm saying it's a Legion game.
Well, well,
Okay,
since we came out as noble
Drinks
yesterday,
wants me to go through the info. I want to go through
Hey,
the
Drinks,
info.
do you want to come out with your roll, Drinks?
Yeah, the noble.
Noble?
Nah.
Okay, so, night one, first night, I was told to pick 3 players. I picked Kale, Gwen, and Jackie and got a yes. That day, I talked to Demeta, and I asked, does my ability have anything to do with alignment? And I got a hot. The next night, I checked Madeline, Skills, and Michael and got a no, which means between Madeline, Skills, and Michael, they are not the same alignment. Then the following day, I got a bingo when I said, do I learn if all 3 of the people I pick are the same alignment? So that's a bingo. Then the next night, I checked me, Drinks, and Malishon because Kale was trying to put sus on both of them, and I got a no. And then the following night, I checked me, Jackie, and Kale, 2 people who I checked and said that they're the exact same alignment. I got a no, which means if I'm willing to believe this world that I hit a Legion, this is a Legion game, and I happen to hit 3 Legions, then Kale has to be evil here. If you are a good player, I
you could
want you
have
to
gotten
believe that.
poisoned on any of those nights.
If this is a Legion game, then no.
What if it's not a Legion game?
Right.
If it's not a Legion game,
If it's not a Legion,
possible.
it must be Leech. It explicitly has to be Leech following the deaths.
And who's the leech target?
It just moved. It just moved. That's the trick there.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay,
it
then who's
literally
currently
had to
evil?
move, which means that.
Oh, you're asking questions I don't have the answers to. We just need to find one player and execute them.
Yeah, Kale.
I think it's Bruce. I think we kill Bruce.
No,
I
we
think we
do
kill
not.
Bruce.
No.
Dakota, I'm starting to think you're evil.
Drinks. Could it be leech poisoner in play?
Leech Poisoner is possible. However, I know of at least 2 outsiders, unless if there is one more. What I'm working at is that we can basically rule out Little Monster by default right now. And we know that there is either a Scarlet Woman or Legion in play. Those are definitive truths. Unless if you want to say that I am an evil outsider who's not claiming.
Why can we rule out Scarlet Woman? Sorry, Little Monster.
Because that. Okay, so Little Monster requires a source for 2 deaths there. Technically, there is the slightly tinfoily view that I am an evil outsider, so shrug on that to use it as you will.
Oh right, that's good.
You need a leech aside, otherwise, with a Scarlet Woman, otherwise those deaths couldn't have happened.
I'm gonna call for second call for nominations.
Bruce nominates Kale.
Bruce nominates Kale. Bruce, why?
One, Kale admitted to being evil. So
Yeah,
even
well,
if my world is not accurate, Kale is evil. Two, I do believe this to be a Legion game. We got Jackie and Gwen already dead here. I think we need to make sure we get enough votes on Kale here so that way the Legion doesn't die down. Three, Kale sounded like they were just fine with dying yesterday and then put their hand down for the actual, like, the definitive final vote. That reads as completely evil to me and not just turned evil. So I think Kale is a Legion.
Yeah, because I didn't. Well.
Kale, your defense.
Yes. My defense is I was the noble, and well, I think I heard claim to Madeline day one, and my noble info was Bruce, Malachon, and Drinks. With that, yes, I have been method turned. Wow, no surprise. But I am not the new leech host. And of course, why would I vote on myself if I don't want to be killed?
Well, you said that you were fine with the death.
Yeah, doesn't mean I don't want to be killed.
We would need 3 for this to pass.
We just need one more vote, guys. Thank you, Skills.
Three is enough. Kale is
Madeline
marked for
nominates
execution.
Bruce.
Madeline nominates Bruce. Madeline, why?
I think we know why. You're ping, and this is a better option.
Bruce, what is your defense?
My ping is a noble claim, right? When they're in a double claim right now, and this is a Legion game.
We would need...
And I got a cool amnesiac ability. I'd like to use it one more day, please.
We would need 4 for this to pass.
Reminder, the original execution can still go through if you just don't have someone who's knowingly good and unsure about how to vote. Just put your hand down. Okay, well now...
Do not waste Dakota's dead vote.
4?
I don't think that's a good reason if you're gonna blow a vote on that.
5 is enough. Kale is safe. Bruce is marked for execution.
We now just have 2 dead votes used. So.
But if Dakota's evil, which they're really pushing on me being...
Yeah, I don't trust
evil.
Dakota's good though, so I'm not really crying too bad over that vote.
I am Undertaker confirmed.
You are confirmed
That's
by
only
a
worth
possible
so
Legion.
much when you could be by another...
Also, by the way, you are confirmed.
That's
Dakota
GG, right?
By Gwen,
They can't win.
who is the exact same alignment as Jackie and Kale.
Yeah, Gwen, who also died in that multi-death night, which either way,
if we trust
evil
me,
players.
which of course I do.
Can I say something?
I do.
Hey guys,
Dakota's role is.
let's do one at a time, please. Drinks, what were you saying?
There is definitely at least a demon, either Leech or Legion, between Jackie and Gwen. Otherwise, I would like to hear other mechanical explanations for that, so pay very careful attention to what they're saying and pushing.
Yeah, end the day in 5?
Also, the reason why you shouldn't really be overvoting on stuff is because then you can let an actually good vote go through that they were crutching on to actually execute.
1?
No, I hope no good player voted for me.
Bruce, what is your preferred method of execution?
Watching a group of evil players surround me, and then one good player giving me a good shank.
Well, we throw a good shank your way.
Yay.
And that good shank came from Dakota. The game is over. Evil has won.
Yay, look at that.
All right, so let's play it out. Madeline.
Dakota, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Madeline was your lunatic.
Thanks, Madeline.
Who thought they were the leech.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Yes! No!
Yes!
Okay, hold up. I need to recite this. When I was put up on the block, I did not want to be killed because I knew Madeline would come out the next day saying, I'm the lunatic, because I was told I was the leech.
And that's the exact reason why I nommed you, because if I didn't nom you as the haha lulz on
Wait,
day
no.
2, it would have been suspicious.
Wait, no, Madeline, I said the leech must have died. No.
Madeline was your lunatic who thought they were the leech who targeted Kale as their host. Unfortunately, Kale knew this because Kale was a demon. So they went along, and for pretty much every part of the game, it made sense for us to move along with Madeline's choices, because Madeline's choices actually made a whole hell of a lot of sense. Let's go around the circle. Bruce was your amnesiac, whose ability is each night, please choose 3 players you learn if they are the same alignment. Every night they chose what they reported that they chose, most specifically choosing, I believe it was Kale, Gwyn, and Jackie on the first night and getting a no. Or getting a yes. And then pretty much not getting a yes for the rest of the game, which either indicates that they sniped the evil team night 1 or it's a Legion game. Dakota was your Oracle, killed day 1, never learned a thing. Ain't that a bitch. Drinks was Drinks' favorite role, the Noble, who saw Michael. Who was it? It was Michael, Dakota, and Dak, I believe. Yep, Michael, Dakota, and Dak. Michael and Dakota were good players. I'll get to Michael. Actually, well, I'll just tell you. Michael was the Golem, who I believe was kind of in a role swap-ish with Drinks.
I was just thinking
really. Drinks comes up to me and claims Golem on day 1. I'm like, all right, I'm the Slayer.
The rest of the players in the game were Legion. So that would be Resnora, Dak, Kale, Malishon, Gwyn, Skills, and Jackie.
So,
I'm sorry.
Funny part about that, I might have accidentally mismarked Malishon removing their token when I was setting up my Grim when I was told night 1. So I was still under the assumption that Malishon was good.
I was excited because Malishon and I were on the evil team together, and that has not happened since I turned him evil.
When you said you thought you said Oracle, I knew you said Poppy Grower the whole time, and I talked my way into a corner of accidental gaslighting. I am so sorry.
No. Oh no. Wait, did I say Poppy Grower?
And now
like 3 days I was getting ready to pull the trigger on claiming that I was a Legion who'd been snake charmed and pointing to Bruce because I was getting really worried that Bruce had solved it and he was gonna and we were never gonna be able to get him executed.
I think the most funny part about that is now that I look back at the conversation that me and Malishon had, Malishon claimed what was it? Empath King leaning towards King, and I now realize, oh, that was their Legion claim.
That's my Legion claim, yeah.
That's all right.
I was about to pull the snake trap. I would have tomorrow, if we hadn't ended the game there, I would have pulled the trigger on the snake charmer claim tomorrow.
What was the thinking behind the 2 deaths that night?
I wanted to simulate
Dakota,
either.
just so you know.
So I wanted to simulate either the idea that there was a Godfather in play, which I had heard of, or that perhaps Drinks was was an outsider because I had heard about potentially from Legion. I heard that Drinks had potentially been claiming Golem, but more importantly, I was thinking of potentially giving Acrobat as a possibility. And honestly, Good needed a bone. Like Good needed a huge bone. I
did need a bone there.
I was tempted to kill 3 people, but obviously we couldn't do that realistically. So we said, you know what, we'll hit Gwyn and Jackie, and we'll either make them realize it's a Legion game, or maybe make them think that it's possibly corner case Acrobat, possibly. But yeah,
Legion, what was it? No, Leech host aside.
Yeah, so or Leech host aside, yeah.
It's
which Madeline knew was not correct because Madeline Leech hosted Kale.
Yeah, I think I did a little bit of like deep work in my eyes because I had to deal with the conflict of Bruce. Forgot Malishon was a Legion. Had to deal with making sure Madeline believed that they were the Leech. And then keeping all the other, or quote-unquote keeping all the other Legions in check, and then also have to dealing with a double Noble claim.
Well, no, the double claim is good because it puts a ton of heat on me.
So, I will say this. Evil got helped out really good, like real good, because if I got 1 day of information as Oracle,
you got 2 on the first night.
Yeah, I probably would have just like I would have been on her side. It would have been great. But because I am Dakota
Not to
and I
mention-
am Sauce AF, I died the first night, which is honestly the right choice you guys made. Good job, you guys. I had no idea.
Well, it
what
was
happening.
Madeline.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Dakota, you 2 for 2'd with me, and you said Oracle and Poppy Grower, and I knew you couldn't be a Poppy Grower because I knew all the other legions in play. So I knew you were the Oracle. So it was very easy for me to bluff it.
You said
once the
Oracle,
votes just
Slayer,
blew
and
up
Poppy
for
Grower.
Somebody's like, I nominate
but,
Dakota.
like,
They're
I'm
like,
2 for
flip
2.
table, hands up. I'm like, what? Okay.
I mean, for me, it was she claimed Oracle, Slayer, and Poppy Grower. We knew there wasn't a Poppy Grower, and Slayer was one of our bluffs. So I was like, okay, pretty good chance Dakota's the Oracle. We should probably kill her.
For the people who are asking, the leech bluffs for the Lunatic were Snake Charmer, Slayer, Undertaker. There was only a half crossover, or there was a single crossover of Slayer. And most importantly, Madeline's minions were Dak, Gwyn, and Skills, giving Madeline the impression that there might be a magician in the game. And as is the case, when a magician is on the script, we have to go to each of the Legion individually. And I did hear some pussyfooting around. You know, a couple Legion people at first were like, there might be a magician in here. I don't know. So.
Well, actually, there technically couldn't be a magician because it was exactly 7.
No. You're free to flip it however you want, as long as there's over 50%.
Most. I'm not sure 6 of 12 qualifies as most. I nearly came and asked the Storyteller question on that. Is it feasible to have 6 Legion in a 12-player game?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
No,
Wait,
in
no,
a 12-player game,
no.
you need to have 7 because
Is it 7?
Legion is most, which means you have to have over 50%.
It is over 50%, Tomato. Over 50%.
Majority.
Oh,
I heard from a friend who talked to Ed that like you can mess it a little.
Yeah,
majority
there's wiggle room, but there's not like 2 Legion.
I'm taking
kind of wiggle room.
I'm quoting the Cobbler, which is the resource for the unofficial characters, and that it says Legion tokens more than half of the players.
Okay, so then it would have to be 7.
Yeah. So even though Navean did told me like we have to tell you this privately because each Legion player has to be told this privately because no magician on the script. I was put in the doubt of my mind.
Yeah. Or Madeline.
I absolutely hammed
Thanks.
it up, attention hoarded up to be evil. It was gonna be great.
You guys can watch that.
I want to hear the line of thought when I went to Skills. I'm like, hey, I'm the Lunatic. I'm Lunatic Legion. Are you Legion as well? When you know Madeline over here is the actual Lunatic, and there's no Poppy Grower in play.
It was worth a shot though, Drinks.
Yeah, my line of thought on that was I can't trust a word that comes out of your mouth, Drinks. That's why I didn't nominate you.
But the reaction was equally good. I was sad. This was like, oh wait, I can't even make a magician bluff since they're gonna know for a fact I'm a good player.
I actually had the most fun because I have never bluffed as many characters as I did in this game. I don't think anybody got the same 3 for 3 from me.
Nice.
I was using Amnesiac, Noble, Magician, Poppy Grower, Slayer, Empath, and Fortune Teller because I knew the Magician wasn't in play. I knew the Poppy Grower wasn't in play. And then I knew the 3 bluffs, so it was like, man.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Legion has the Baron effect where because there's so few townsfolk in play, it's safer to just claim whatever.
Yep.
And you can completely make the cost of the trade-off of executing yourself and the person you end up double claiming, because that's like a quarter of the good team.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Navean.
I was just gonna say, Honey Badger, you guys were split down the middle. Chat was not. Chat put over 800 points on weed, and well, it was weed. So congratulations to the people who guessed that it was weed.
Sounds like weed.
Domesticated weed.
Oh,
But yeah.
I put it as a badger.
Yeah.
I put it as weed and then also put the badger because it's badger.
I
Inferior
didn't vote
badgers.
because I voted badger. Badger don't care.
Technically, so when I was putting the tokens out together, Lunatic ended up landing on Madeline, and I basically said I even said this to Navean. I was like, if we're gonna do Madeline as a Lunatic, we're not doing kid gloves when it comes to Lunatic. We're sticking with kills. We are giving Magician to create doubt. We're gonna make minions from the Legion. Like we said, we're going all out on this. And yeah, so Madeline, I know Lunatics generally figure out that they're Lunatics before the game ends.
I don't.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how the experience feels, but
I felt like a monster after I talked my way to the corner with Dakota, and I was like, I have to apologize, and then it's like, oh, I'm a lunatic. And I was like, part of me is wondering, why is there a poppy grower claim? Why is there a double claim on Noble? What the hell is going on?